In this video, we're going to be talking about a dirty girl, but not the kind of dirty girl you're thinking about. Man, get your head out the gutter. We're going to be looking at the dirty girl, Karambit from Vosteed. Stick around. I see the Karambit in two different ways. One, it's a knife for trained people. It's a very specific art form with the Karambit if you're using it in a traditional sense. On the other hand, there's a way to use a Karambit that requires no training at all. Why would I say such a crazy thing with regards to knives and no training at all? Well, because when I look at the blade of a Karambit, it resembles the claws of nature. Nature did not give us good claws. They did not give us stingers. We just don't have a lot of the attributes that a lot of animals out here in the wild have to defend themselves. But when you're holding something like this, you are equipped with a claw. The Dirty Girl from Vosteed has a very curvy design for those who are looking for that. Now you can do belt clip or pocket carry. I highly recommend pocket carry. If one would so choose to carry it that way, it makes for a very practical pocket carry. This is 14C28N steel. Now, as I've mentioned before, I'm not a big fan of wielding the Karambit this way. I'm not into that kind of practice. I would be more of the traditional. I think that's more practical. That's my opinion. I've never done a lot with the Karambit knife, but I think in this traditional sense, this is very practical with regards to the works of nature. It doesn't take much training to claw something. And I always tell my wife, don't throw away the jugs, man. Leave me all the water jugs, all your empty dishwashing detergent bottles because of stuff like this. It's got a nice rigid, finger hole here, but you gotta be careful with these things. In real life, that can snap your finger right off and break it. Honestly, I find this just so much more practical with this build especially. Outside of clawing, there's also just front strikes this way, just like it would be front strikes this way, but I like the strike and the ability to rip. Use this old boot, for example, going in and just tearing right through. It's just devastating. Can we take a break and look at that sky? Whew. God, it's the simple things in life I love the most. Options. I like to give you options. That's largely what my channel is about. When it comes to self-defense, as you know, I'm very broad on that topic, even down to talking about the mental side of it. But I do believe the Dirty Girl Karambit is a great minimalistic pocket carry Karambit knife. Nothing says get off of me like this. You can trap with a Karambit. If you're in a situation, you can trap. A lot of people who wield it this way, that's what they'll do, is they'll trap and they'll bring it here and they'll turn and then they'll come around the neck. I get all of that methodology, but you can do the same thing. You can trap this way. It's got the hook. It's a get off of me thing. It's a claw. You wouldn't want an animal striking you if he had claws like this. We run from the claws of the wild, and people have a good chance to run from the claws of the Karambit. I've really tried to drive home the point of the wild in a lot of my knife talk and tutorials and self-defense videos, because you're not just carrying an edged weapon, you're carrying something that enables you to have what animals have, but on a larger, grander scale. I do believe the Dirty Girl is built for various glove sizes. My palm circumference glove size is a large, so if you've got a larger XL, you've still got room here to wield this, because there's room. If you get all the way to the end of this, you can see what's left. One reason I'm more adamant about this is because of the power that you get versus here. It's just a different set of muscles. It's more powerful. This has got some slick maneuvering and everything, and I understand it and I get it, but I just feel like the muscles used in slicing this way are so much more powerful in this situation. Even though this is pocket carry, it still requires a thumb deployment. It excels above a lot of other Karambits, in my opinion, for a more convenient carry. You just have to get good at that thumb deployment. You can't yank this out. What do you think about this Karambit from Vosteed? I'd love to hear from you. Take care.